What's up, Vault Dwellers? Dan here. Hey, you've been flooding the comments asking me to rank the greatest parody and spoof movies ever made. So here we are, another 10 films that understand something important. Sometimes the funniest thing you can do is take something serious and just absolutely destroy it. But he casts to cult favorites most people forget. These are the viewer-chosen greatest parodies ever committed to film. Some you'll agree with, and some you're just gonna fight with me about in the comments. Let's go. Superhero movie came out in 2008 when everyone was exhausted by lazy spoof movies. And somehow this one's actually, should I say decent?
Not till we say grace. Jesus!
Drake Bell, he gets bitten by a genetically modified dragonfly and becomes the world's least impressive superhero. Christopher McDonald's the villain. Leslie Nielsen shows up because, he was contractually obligated to appear in just about every parody made between 1980 and 2010.
No, I don't think so. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
Look, this isn't Airplane, and it's not even Naked Gun. It's got heart buried under the stupid jokes. The director actually knows how comedy works. There are setups and payoffs. Jokes land because of timing, not just because they reference something popular. The action parody is solid. I mean, you can tell they studied how Spider-Man movies work before mocking them. This did bomb the theaters because in 2008, I think everyone was just tired of these things. It's not great, but it's way better than most mid-2000 parodies. I know that's faint praise, but I think it counts.
You saved my life. Do I get to thank you?
We're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh, the Mormons.
That's right. I'm Elder Young, and this is Elder White.
Well, you two boys can just fuck right off.
Ma'am?
Trey Parker made this right after South Park started, and you can feel the South Park energy just all over it. It's about a Mormon missionary who becomes a porn superhero to earn money for his wedding. And that premise alone, this should tell you if this movie is for you or not, because it's exactly as offensive and hilarious as you expect from the guys who made Cannibal the Musical.
Somebody save me! Orgazmo!
The genius in this one is how the Mormon kid plays it completely earnest. I mean, he's innocent, and he's just trying to do the right thing, right? And he's just completely out of his depth. The contrast between his sincerity and the absolute debauchery around him, it's what makes this movie hilarious.
What's a Chota boy?
I'm your sidekick.
My sidekick? I have a sidekick?
Yeah.
What? Ah!
This movie got slapped with an NC-17, which killed its theatrical release. But that's fine because it found an audience anyways on video and cable.
Thanks to you, Orgazmo. And Chota Boy, now it's time for us to repay you. Yeah, come on, boys. Let's get it on.
The porn industry satire works because it's not mean-spirited. It's just pointing out how ridiculous everything is. The action scenes are intentionally cheap, and the dialogue is packed with lines you're going to be quoting for weeks.
Let me ask you a question. What would you say if someone offered you peace and happiness through all of eternity? Fuck off!
You can see the South Park DNA in every scene, taking something taboo and finding comedy in people's reactions to it rather than just the thing itself. Orgazmo's not for everyone, but if it's on your wavelength, this thing is brilliant.
Hold on a second. Boss? Some guys from Jesus?
Cut off their balls!
I gotta cut your balls off now.
Huh?
Why?
I'm Jimmy.
I'm
Chloe, the whore next door.
What? Where did you hear that?
My mom, she teaches me everything.
Well, really, she got it wrong. I'm actually more of a bitch than a whore.
All right, let's just start off with the fact that I just absolutely can't pronounce this guy's name correctly, no matter how hard I try. All right, Bubble Boy is Jake Gyllenhaal in a gigantic plastic bubble who's traveling across America to stop his crush from marrying the wrong guy. This movie's offensive to about 17 different groups.
You want $500? Yes, I want $500!
It makes zero logical sense, and I love it. Our Bubble Boy, he believes he's in a real romantic adventure movie, and that sincerity makes the whole absurdity work. The bubble, it just keeps getting him into increasingly ridiculous situations, like cult compounds, freak shows, Indian casinos, and like every location is just more insane than the last. This got destroyed by critics for being offensive. And yeah, it's offensive. It's also so frickin' funny. The jokes land because everyone's committed.
An astronaut?
No way, Mom. I'm some kind of bubble boy.
I mean, the overprotective mom, she's perfect. The romance, it's, weirdly sincere. And by the end, you're actually rooting for Bubble Boy to get the girl, which it's impressive considering how stupid everything is. Several of you mentioned watching this one, and I haven't thought about this thing for years. And I rewatched it, and yeah, it holds up better than it should.
The girl I love is getting married, and I have to stop the wedding.
That's fantastic. Next!
Saturday the 14th is a low-budget horror spoof from 1981 that probably most people have never even heard of, and I'm going to say that's a crime. All right, we have a family who inherits a haunted house.
And to my nephew John and his wife Mary, I leave my vast estate in Erie, Pennsylvania.
There's a kid who opens a cursed book. Monsters start appearing. And it's clearly spoofing Friday the 13th and just about every haunted house movie from the 1970s. The secret to this one? It actually loves horror movies. It isn't mocking them, it's playing with horror logic. The monsters, they're ridiculous on purpose, and the family's reactions, they're just like perfectly deadpan.
God, look at all these owls.
There's a vampire couple, and they're competing with other supernatural forces for control of this book, and they're like the best part because they play it completely seriously while absurdity just explodes around them. This is what we call a comfort food parody. It's not trying to be sophisticated, but the jokes work because they understand what they're parodying. It's not just referencing horror movies. It's deconstructing how they work and finding the comedy in the seams.
What am I doing in the kitchen? What are they doing in the kitchen?
Hudson Hawk is the biggest bomb on this list, and it is just glorious. Bruce Willis plays a cat burglar who's forced to steal Da Vinci artifacts while singing show tunes to time the heists.
532, swinging on a star.
You know, they invented something while you're inside. It's called a watch.
Hey, Tom. What?
I mean, this thing bombed so hard, it basically ended some careers. Critics just hated it, and audiences stayed away. Yet somehow, it became a cult classic because it's just absolutely insane. Willis is clearly having the time of his life. Watching him and his partner sing during burglaries, it's just surreal.
He's got no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude.
But if you don't care a feather or a pig,
You may grow up to be a pig.
Sandra Bernard and Richard E. Grant play villains that are just so over the top, they're like in a different movie. The comedy is slapstick mixed with wordplay, mixed with complete chaos. It probably shouldn't work. By all logic, I mean, it should be a disaster. And critically, I mean, it was. But watching this thing now, it's fearless. It commits to every insane choice. The action is legitimately well done, and the musical numbers are baffling and entertaining at the same time. Hollywood tried making a big-budget action comedy parody, and it failed spectacularly. But failure's more interesting than most successes. Hudson Hawk is fascinating.
With the dog now! Bunny! Bubba!
Is it a biologic? Sounds like a whale.
Down Periscope is Kelsey Grammer, who's commanding a rust bucket diesel submarine with a misfit crew in wargame exercises. It's a military comedy that respects the military while mocking bureaucracy, which is harder to pull off than it sounds.
Lieutenant Lake, you're almost out of uniform. Either you're confused about your dress size or there's been some foul play.
Grammer's perfect as Lieutenant Commander Dodge. He's competent but unconventional, given like the worst crew possible because his superiors, they actually want him to fail. The crew is full of character actors doing just great work, like Rob Schneider, who's actually funny as the by-the-book executive officer.
Come with a volume control, Pascal.
Excuse me, sir?
Lauren Hawley's the diver who's trying to prove herself.
Polishing the old torpedo, sir.
Shut up, Stepanek.
The comedy works because the submarine stuff, it's actually taken seriously. They've got real tactics, real Navy procedures, and the jokes, they're built on top of that foundation. It's just celebrating the weirdos who actually volunteer for submarine duty. The war game against modern nuclear subs, it's like legitimately tense while being funny. This was a huge cable movie throughout the 90s. I mean, you really couldn't escape it. It was like the perfect Saturday afternoon movie. You know, the kind of comedy that doesn't get made anymore, which it's kind of a shame.
Thank you, sir, but I'd have to decline.
Decline?
I would not be in line for such a promotion without the help of my present crew. I could not in good conscience accept another command without them.
Do you always take matters into your own hands?
Things often end up in my hands.
And I bet your hands end up in a lot of things.
Let's just say my hands and things are often in the same place at the same time.
Spy Hard is Leslie Nielsen doing a James Bond parody, and he plays Dick Steele, which, by the way, is a name I would choose if I was a secret agent.
Agent WD-40, Steele. Dick Steele.
But he is Agent WD-40, fighting his nemesis, General Ranker. It's every Bond trope ranked up to just ridiculous levels. Oh, and Weird Al Yankovic, he sings the theme song to this.
Always has places to go and people to kill.
Nielsen's doing what, he does best, delivering terrible puns and sight gags with just perfect sincerity.
The art of lovemaking takes two. Sometimes 3 or 4, depending on how well you do at the crap tables.
The man could make anything funny just through sheer commitment alone. Every Bond trope gets demolished. Gadgets that malfunction.
Not again.
Exotic locations are just obviously sound stages. A villain with a ridiculous evil plan. The jokes, they keep coming rapid fire. Some land, some don't, but they sure as hell don't stop. Spy Hard, it isn't brilliant, but it's consistently amusing, and that's more than most parodies achieve. Sometimes competent execution, it's enough.
Rick
Ricky Bobby, today's big winner. A heck of a win for you today, but it seems as if you either win or crash the car trying to win.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Talladega Nights is Will Ferrell and Adam McKay at their just absolute peak, and they're parodying NASCAR culture, American masculinity, and motivational sports movies just all at once. Ricky Bobby, he rises to fame as NASCAR's top driver. Then he loses everything, and he has to rebuild.
Boys, is everything all right?
Mama, we got nowhere to go. Carly and Cal took everything.
Well, you're home now and you got your mama.
You know, it's every sports comeback story you've ever seen, but this one's just completely batshit crazy. Ferrell's doing his man-child character, and it works because the movie actually has something to say about American culture. You know, the worship of speed, the corporate sponsorship insanity, the fragile masculinity, the competitive friendships. It's just all perfectly observed in this film. The racing's legitimately exciting because they actually got real NASCAR cooperation. The crashes, they look real.
He's airborne!
The improvisation between Ferrell and Riley is gold.
I'll just bury it down inside.
Bury it deep down in there and never bring it up again.
It's painful, and I love you.
You can tell they're just riffing, and it just all works. This became massively quotable. The Applebee's scene, it's absurd. Stupid humor, smart satire, and just heart about friendship and family.
What the hell are you talking about? Well, you told me that day at school for career day. You came in and you said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that.
In the mining town of Gold Lake, the year was 1870. The Chinese came to work and rid themselves of poverty.
My Name is Bruce is just such a frickin' awesome movie.
Let me ask you something. Ever see Rawhide?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, then you know you gotta keep them doggies rolling.
Because it's Bruce Campbell playing a washed-up version of himself getting kidnapped by a small town.
Huh. A quarter.
Who thinks he's actually Ash from Evil Dead and that he can save them from a real demon. And then Campbell, he just mocks himself mercilessly in this movie.
Consider yourself officially exempt from my wrath, sweet cakes.
He plays this version of Bruce Campbell as a drunk, selfish guy who's been living in a trailer and just makes terrible movies. The town of Gold Lake believes he's an actual real hero because they have a problem with this demon called like Guan Di, who is legitimately threatening. I mean, the whole movie just walks this line between parody and just actual B-movie horror comedy. This movie, it's really just for Evil Dead fans, right?
Kind of like Bubba Hotep. Everyone liked Bubba Hotep.
It's Campbell doing what he does best. Physical comedy, awesome one-liners, and self-deprecating humor. The budget's super tiny, the effects are cheap, but it's all intentional. He's celebrating the kind of movies that he built his career on. The small town setting, it just works perfectly for this thing. But by the end, fake Bruce, he becomes real hero Bruce, and then you're rooting for him. It's meta without being obnoxious about it. Campbell made exactly the movie he wanted to make for the exact audience that would appreciate it.
I've gotten a lot of use out of chainsaws over the years. Killed a lot of zombies. Saved a lot of lives. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, they're just too damn heavy.
That was 10 parody movies that you demanded from me. Let me know what you want to see next in the next video. Until then, keep it weird, folks.
Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby.
And I'm Cal Norton Jr.
Urging you never to travel to Tijuana.
You've got to help the dear boy.
Ah, don't listen to him. Kid's an asshole.
Baby, the sweet Lord has delivered you from evil. Oh, I must say, you put us through heck, young man.